Hello. This will be my rough plans for the 3.27 PoE League that's coming up, and I'm excited. So we will be starting as a Scion that will be using Exsanguinate Reap to go through campaigns, get into maps, probably get some stones, and generate currency. Roughly, my plans will be to probably start Heist early, maybe even Expedition. We'll see how the build clears, how much damage we can get. This build was made possible by following Tuadh, a speedrunner that does runs for basically every class, a lot of skills, great speedrunner. He was running a Scion with Exsanguinate Reap, so it was kind of perfect for me. Ultimately, the end goal is to swap as early as possible into a Relic of the Pact build. And as some of you probably know, that is a Dissolution of the Flesh build, and it is either super jank, either you'll love it, or you'll hate it. It's one of those things. It's a very, very weird build. I played this before on Frisia. I didn't play it as a Scion, but essentially there are times where you will just die, you will just fall over, and you won't know what the hell happened. Well, like, well, what killed you? Because you reserve most of your life to do your damage, and occasionally if it's just timed wrong, you will end up sad. It happens. But we will be using Tuadh's PoB. Thank you, Tuadh. Technically, I yoinked his PoB, broke it down into Axe, and we'll just be following this, going through. All the PoBs will be posted inside of the video description. Thank you, Tuadh, again, for doing these runs. They're super informative. And thanks to another PoE player, Conrad-itsok, he posted a Relic of the Pact Scion build on Reddit. And this also had, like, Day 2, Day 3, endgame PoBs. So we ended up yoinking those as well. Thank you, Conrad. So we have low budget, and I'll be using Calm's Heart, which is pretty easy to get, I would say. Should be relatively cheap, depending on what happens in the league. The main problems I will see early is just getting Relic of the Pact and Dissolution of the Flesh. Essence Worm is a nothing burger. That's like a 1C unique. Technically, what's really interesting is that we can actually use Tainted Pact. It'll be way less damage than Untouched Soul because we just lose so much flat health. But Tainted Pact will give us Chaos Dot immunity, essentially. Because Relic of the Pact has a built-in leech. So we'll be leeching all the time. All the time that we've hit something. So we'll be essentially immune to Chaos Dot early. We'll just have a lot less damage. But Untouched Soul should be pretty easy to get. King of the Mist is easy boss. And the drop rate for this thing is insanely high. So we'll see this early as well. We'll see how we feel. How much we're dying to Chaos Dot or otherwise. And then we have the tree, which we'll roughly follow. So at some point we probably will spec out of the Path of the Shadow. We won't be able to path from the shadow starting point of the tree, but we will have access to the new All Bloodline Ascendancy, which I am more looking at this because Relic of the Pact doesn't use essentially any gem aside from Pride and Flame Dash. So we'll probably go for this because Relic of the Pact doesn't use any gems. So we'll have free action speed, cannot be modified. We'll be immune to Petrify, immune to tier 17 action speed reductions. And either we can choose between cannot be stunned or crit immunity. And the biggest one is elemental ailments can't be inflicted on us, which is massive. So on early versions of this build, we suffer terribly from dot damage. And if we get ignited, we're technically just fucked, because we can't attack, we can't leech, and then we just fall over and die if we can't get away from the monsters. I mean, ultimately, we have to kill them before they kill us. But if we can get elemental ailments, we're essentially free, because the build just does not use gems. This is very huge. And then we have mid-budget builds, just higher DPS. Get further and further, high budget. It really depends on how far I want to invest into this build, but I kind of want to see how far I can push myself into a Relic of the Pact build, because I love the idea of the build. It's just that it dies like essentially randomly, but not really. It all depends on like the timing that you do everything. How much damage you do is also kind of a form of defense, because they can't hit you if they're dead, right? So we just get ultra damage. And then we can also go into insane budget range, which is Adorned. So we'll just be slapping on Adorned. My goodness. The amount of damage is kind of absurd. The possibilities of it. But yeah, that will be my plans for this league. Hopefully we can scale Relic of the Pact into a decent range. Or, who knows, get frustrated. Swap into a wanding build, call it a day. We will definitely see what happens. I hope you guys have a great time with this league. The league is looking incredible from the trailers that we've seen, from all the info that we've seen, all the details. And I hope it's just a really, really great time. Alright, I'll see you out there. Hope you guys all stay healthy, stay safe, and see you later. GG's.